Much for the chance to be here today, and what a fantastic welcome and what a fantastic transformation we're seeing here on your facility compared to when I was here last time, and you had a chance to share with me some of your bush tucker and some kangaroo brawn from memory. Can I acknowledge the traditional owners, and in doing so highlight our collective responsibility, all of us, to ensure the first Australians actually share in the prosperity of Western Australia. I'd like to acknowledge my parliamentary colleague, National Party colleague, Paul Brown, member for the agricultural region here today, and Paul's advocacy for this project that we're here to talk about and launch today. We have representing the City of Greater Geraldton, Neil McElwain here, in the absence of Shane Van Stein, Ken Diem, the CEO, but particularly can I acknowledge to Ross Oakley as the chair of the Bundiyarra Aboriginal Corporation, and to Michelle as the CEO, and the elders that are here today, and thank Clary for his welcome to country. Clary truly should be on radio. With a voice like that, he needs to be broadcast to the world, because that's a fantastic welcome, Clary, and your passion and your little anecdote there talking about salt and pepper, I thought made a bit of sense. So thank you, Clary, for the welcome to country. Not that long ago, I had a couple of speeches. In fact, this morning, one of those speeches, I reflected on tourism in this region and talked about one of the tourism iconic events was the 400-year history of the Batavia wreck on the coast offshore on the Abolus. 400 years pales into insignificance when we make that comparison to Aboriginal culture and the tens of thousands of years of rich culture that you have brought and the history you bring to our nation and to Western Australia. Nothing brings that into greater focus than listening to the didgeridoo being played, looking at the dancing, and it brings a picture like that picture behind me to life. And I know that your elders will never ever underestimate the importance and value of ensuring that the greatest asset we have is our kids. Keep that culture, keep it strong, and are proud and respectful of the richness that it brings to all of us, not just to Aboriginal people. And I say that my daughter's a teacher. She's down in Esperance now, but she spent about 4 or 5 years in Jurien Bay, just to the south of here, and she went down to a professional development forum down in Perth when she was teaching there. Would have been about 20 people in the group, and the first question they got asked was, how many of you have met an Aboriginal person? She was floored that the question even got asked, and I was surprised that it would be a question that was even asked. Only 5 people put their hands up at a group of 20 people in a teachers' professional development forum down in Perth. That highlights the challenge we have to ensure that what Aboriginal people bring to us all is not necessarily exposed to all of us in our community, and don't necessarily have the chance to get the opportunity to be educated and to understand and to be a part of the value that that brings to us all. And what we are talking about today is an opportunity and an investment that helps bring the richness of Aboriginal culture to all of us, not just in our state, but people from overseas. And I pay tribute to the elders and what you have brought to the table here with a vision to have a facility that means you can have your young people supporting and growing up and understanding and transferring the Aboriginal culture and the values that brings to us all, but also have an opportunity to have a facility that shares it with the rest of us to ensure that we get educated the values that it brings to us. I had someone talk to me up in the Kimberley recently about the importance of songlines, and it reminded me when I became a Member of Parliament and I sought to get some advice on doing speeches. So often people say, Terry, how do you get up and do a speech without having any notes? And the answer is you tell a story, because you can actually remember a story. And when this person in the Kimberley talked to me about songlines, I understood for the first time why songlines are a method of transferring information and knowledge down through the generations of where waterholes are, where when I go out there all I see is the same sort of landscape. In a story and a songline you can bring to it something that actually makes some sense, and it's easy to pass on down because we can remember it. And what you're bringing to this site are songlines and that story and the understanding of that for another generation and other generations to come, to be able to have the experience of what you have and the elders have brought to us here today. You have a huge amount of social capital. What we are bringing to the table is a bit of economic capital to support putting an asset in place. We have a Royalties to Regions resort here now, $272,000 today out of the regional grant scheme, and I pay tribute to the Southwest Development Commission who have helped put this together and prioritised the work that's going out, and also to Paul Brown, who's put the effort in to make sure this actually gets on the agenda. And I didn't mention it before, but we have got representatives here from Ian Blaney's office. I must mention that as well. So this project, having an ablution facility, a bow shelter, kitchen facilities, so that again you've got some assets, some economic assets that can support the cultural assets and social assets that you have to be able to share with the rest of the world the opportunity. Cruise ships, people coming into Western Australia from overseas want to get an authentic cultural experience. Having that here, supported by the City of Greater Geraldton, is a great asset to not only you and what you are passing on to your kids and children, but what we can also pass on to all West Australians and also those from overseas and the economic opportunities that it presents. So it gives us a huge amount of pleasure to put $272,000 of Royalties Regions money to support your cultural asset and to give you a chance to be able to put your vision into practice. And what I've seen here today is one small step from what I saw last time, and I wish you all the best for that future. Thank you very, very much. You a chance to be able to put your vision into practice, and what I've seen here today is one small step from what I saw last time, and I wish you all the best with that future. Thank you very, very much.